What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about creatine and what exactly happens when you stop taking it. What's going on, guys? This is Sumner H here out in my beautiful backyard in Southern California. I decided to take the filming out of the studio, out of my room, into the backyard, into the sunshine, and it's absolutely amazing. So what we're gonna talk about today is a question that I get all the time, and that's, yo, Sumner, I wanna get on creatine, but what exactly is gonna happen when I get off of creatine? Are there gonna be some negative side effects? Am I gonna lose all of my gains? Is it even worth taking if I potentially gonna lose all my gains? So let me answer it for you guys. There's two parts to this that we're gonna examine. The first part is your actual muscle. Are you gonna lose muscle? And two, your strength. Are you gonna lose strength? The first thing we're gonna answer is the muscle side of things. So when you take creatine, it does have a water retention side effect, which definitely gives your muscles this engorging look. They look bigger, you're gonna fill out, you're gonna hold on to more water, and you're gonna give the illusion of actually having more muscle. Do you gain muscle from taking creatine? Absolutely not. The latent benefit of taking creatine is actually on the strength side. You are gonna have the potential to do about, on average, 15% more reps of the same weight that you could before taking creatine. That's been pretty much the tested industry average, is somewhere in the 15% ballpark. So if you could do 10 reps of 225 on bench, now you're gonna be able to add a rep and a half after doing a cycle of creatine. In theory, at least, everyone responds slightly different to creatine. Some people are hyper responders, some people are non-responders. I kind of fall into the category of being a hyper responder. Creatine does a lot for me, and I notice a difference within about a week and a half to 2 weeks. My body looks different, my performance is different, my endurance in the gym is different. I can get a little more reps on pretty much every single movement. So the results are really tangible for me. So as far as when I come off of creatine, I do look a little bit smaller because I'm losing some of that water holding benefit, right? But that's not a big deal. That doesn't actually mean I'm losing muscle or losing size or anything catastrophic is happening to me. But I am gonna get on the scale and I am gonna see a drop in my weight, and that's to be expected. That is no worry. The thing you will notice is a change in strength. Absolutely, you will be a little bit weaker potentially. You might not drop that full 15%. You might hold on to 10% of that or 5% of that or whatever it may be. So you might be able to eke out one more rep instead of a rep and a half while you are on creatine. But the goal is to take creatine to allow yourself to do more work in the gym, and in theory be able to put on muscle because you can do more work and move more weight and have a higher level of intensity in your training while on creatine. That in theory you should actually be able to build and retain muscle while coming off of creatine. So that is the goal, is to take creatine to allow yourself to do more work, to have higher intensity workouts in the gym, and hopefully as a latent benefit of that, build more muscle. So to answer it very concisely, you will see a drop in the scale most likely. Maybe you'll gain half a pound or a pound of muscle depending on how long you've been taking creatine. So you might not drop all the way back to where you started, but you'll definitely see a decline. The other thing is creatine has cognitive benefits. A lot of people don't realize, but creatine does increase focus. In my opinion, it definitely increases productivity. This is a benefit that a lot of people don't talk about. And you do notice a difference when you come off of creatine. I definitely feel not fuzzier in my head, but I feel a little less clear, a little less focused. And it's very slight, but you may notice some cognitive differences from taking creatine versus coming off of creatine, and that's a point that rarely gets hit on, but it's something that's worth noting. Creatine is one of the most, actually it is the most studied supplement out there. So I think the risk of taking creatine is pretty much nil. I think every person should be taking creatine, whether you're cutting, you're bulking, you're maintaining. Creatine is the only supplement that I currently take, besides an occasional protein supplement here and there when in a pinch. But this is the only thing I have in my cabinet. This is the only thing in my stack, if you will. And I've been taking it for about 4 years now, and the results have been incredible. So some of my clients are pretty much non-responders to it, and some people are hyper responders. So you don't know where you're gonna fall in there, but I do recommend picking it up. It's incredibly cheap. I got this on Amazon for about 15 bucks, and I can put a link down below for you guys if you want to get this one. It's just some generic creatine, but it does the trick. I prefer creatine monohydrate. Anyways, guys, that is the answer to the question. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you want more informative content about how to get in shape and to live your best life, be sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Sumner H, out.